This summer in Sydney, Australia, we're going to be exhibiting the Salvador Dali sculpture collection by the Dali Universe. In conjunction with that, I had to work out what kind of artists that I could put into the same company as the Salvador Dali sculptures. And although I've operated on 3 continents for 3 decades and I've been exposed to every manner of artist and artwork, it's a tall order. It's something that required a lot of my thought to work out what are the appropriate steps and who can I actually put in the same room as Dali. I also needed an artist that was producing artworks that were uniquely in their own style. Something was immediately identifiable as being from that artist. This is the holy grail for any artist in the world today, is to be able to achieve that level of identification. This to me was also an important element, and fortunately I had someone in mind. Approximately 12 years ago, I had the privilege of holding a major exhibition featuring the artworks of Charles Billich. The exhibition was a fabulous success. We had 600 invited guests. There was lots of media in attendance. And it was then that I really got to experience firsthand the history of this man, what he had accomplished in his lifetime, and his relevance in the world art market. In my opinion, Charles Billich is one of the most important living artists in the world. And at 84 years of age, he's also one of the most credentialed artists of all time. Before I made a final decision on Billich, I wanted to explore just how good a fit Billich would be. So as part of my due diligence, I started comparing their life histories and looking for any similarities. There's no question that the artworks of each artist are completely different and are also from different times in history, but there are in fact many similarities in their life's journey. For example, Dali's wife Gala and Christa Billich each dedicated most of their lives to their husband's artistic career. Both essentially ran the business side of the whole enterprise. Both Dali and Billich throughout their lifetime were in the constant company of dignitaries, royalty and celebrities. Both artists were targeted by some of the media and critics who preferred to focus on their outrageous behaviour and self-promotion instead of the actual artworks. Both artists enjoyed artistic careers that spanned 70 years. Dali died at age 84, and fortunately Charles Billich, who is also 84 years of age, is still with us. Both artists have experienced great wealth and success during their lifetime. Both artists sold their artwork to a global audience. Both Dali and Billich travelled extensively throughout the world all through their lives. Dali and Gala were known for their extravagant and eccentric lifestyle. Charles and Christa are also known for the jet-set lifestyle that they enjoy. There's no question that artists in the genius category usually have some level of dysfunction mixed in, and that also attracts a lot of attention from the media and great speculation. One of those focuses was an obsessive fascination regarding the sex life of Dali and Gala. Celebrity and scandal, a winning formula every time. Dali was known to exaggerate almost everything he ever did or said, and this is in part what makes his artwork so compelling. Charles and Christa attracted the media when some time ago they admitted to have had an open relationship. Some of the media ran with it, and all of a sudden the Billich couple are the famous swingers. I mean, do people really believe this nonsense? Charles is 84, not to mention the fact that they have essentially lived apart for a good portion of their marriage, which for the most part is where all this nonsense started. The only reason I bother to share this is that the Dali and Billich stories are almost exactly the same. But ultimately the artworks are what are important, not these exploits of elderly citizens. I find it annoying, but also worth mentioning. Both Dali and Billich exhibit a similar level of draftsmanship and technical ability. Both artists can create anything that they can imagine or see. These similarities between these two artists are not about trying to compare the artworks. That is an entirely different matter. These are artists that commit their entire life to a single purpose. For me, examining their habits, how they live, what they think about, what's important to them, is interesting if nothing else. I do think it's important to note these similarities, especially when one considers the vast difference in the price of the artworks, and not to forget the fact that Dali is regarded as the most important surrealist in history. Sadly, most artists have to die before their true value really emerges. While Dali was a very successful artist and lived a lavish lifestyle, the prices of his artworks only really catapulted in value following his death. The paintings of Charles Billich are, in my opinion, some of the most exciting artworks being created today. And for the past 30 years, he's had a stunning 7,000 square foot gallery entirely devoted to the display of Billich artworks. The Dali universe was so impressed with the Billich gallery that ultimately they chose that location for the Dali exhibition. In my opinion, the paintings of Charles Billich are some of the most important artworks of the last 50 years, and they're collected all over the world. If the track record of sales is any indication, I'm certainly not alone in my assumptions. I believe he's one of the modern masters of our time. Thank you for watching and happy collecting.